Let's make a beautiful ring today. And to make this ring you need, this is the ring that we'll be making, and you need the shrink plastic which comes in a packet of 20. I will put a link down below in the description box, and it has all this little other things as well that you can use to make earrings. We need this tool to hold the flower when we will be heating it, but you can use anything. Also, you will need some colors. I'm using some normal stationery colors. You can use Sharpie, you can use any kind of color. And we need this mat to be able to press our flower when we will be heating it. And we need a heat gun to basically heat the flower. Once we have cut it, I will put the links for all these items below in the description. So once we have all the items, I have an SVG for flower that I'm using to cut this shrink film, and I'm using a 1.5 millimeter chipboard setting, which I think was a bit too much. We don't need 12 cut. I think this was all done in 5 or 6 cut, so you can amend it. So once this was all cut, the shrink one, I started to color it. As I initially showed, I just used the normal Sharpie colors and just go along with it. Use light pink in the center, then a little bit of orange, and now I'm doing a bit of a purple color on the petals. You can use any colors. You can even use give a golden outline at the border. So now my petals are all nearly colored in, and then we are ready to heat it up. As I said, you can use as many colors, and also I have used same size petals. We can have a smaller petals, and also I initially forgot to show it to you, but then I also did some scratch marks to kind of show little natural petals as they have these kind of lines going in. So I just used the same tool, the kind of pin tool, to add some kind of these veins or scratch marks in between. I'm just doing it again just to show you how I did them. So these are all ready. Now we will take our mat and just place each petal on it one by one. So the petal has a shiny side and a matte side. I'm taking shiny side on top because that will be the one that's showing up, and just hold it with the pin tool from the center and take your heat gun and just start to heat it. So it takes a very little while at the start because it takes some time. Even the heat gun takes some time to heat up, and then the petal or this plastic sheet takes some time to heat up. So once it start to heat, you will start to curl, as you can see now. As you can see, it's all kind of coming together, but don't worry. Normally, once it's all shrink down, it will go back to the flat petal all by itself. So as you can see now, it's all in flat, and while it's warm, if you want to shape it, like I want to make this on the center petal, and so I want the leaves to be curled a little bit. So while it's warm, you can carefully handle it and then shape it into the form that you wanted. It does go cold very quickly, so you'll have to be a little bit hurry up, and I think I'm doing it with my bare hands. I won't recommend doing that. Use some gloves, maybe some kind of cotton gloves, something, to do this stuff. As you can see now, it has taken a shape, and now it is very hard. So once it is hardened, you can't go back, you can't change it. This has taken its shape. I didn't plan it, I would say, very well. I just received it and I just wanted to give it a go. Otherwise, I would have done a little bit of hole in the middle where I can then use it to put some kind of pearls in it. But that's fine. I think there are so many more uses I will be making it for. So this is the second petal I am doing, and I will not be folding it as much as I did the first one. you go, it's nearly ready. So what I did was, once it's ready, once it's shrink down, I used the first the curled one to give this one a bit of shape. So I took the first one, put it on top of this one, and then just press it down on my mat, and as you can see, it's taken a little shape and it won't curl any more than what it needs to be. As you can see, it has taken a very beautiful shape. At this moment, I thought, when I was doing it, I thought perhaps if I do it this way, the first petal and the second petal will stick together, but they didn't eventually. And I used the hot glue gun later on, which I will show. And now I'm doing the final petal, and this one I kind of nearly won't be curling at all, so this one will be used as flat. And once again, as I said before, I'm using the shiny side on top. You can use the matte side on top as well if that's what you prefer. And yeah, this has taken shape as well. And now after this, what I did was I just took both of the initial ones that I did before. I think this was getting a little bit hot for me to handle, and yeah, I use those on top as I did for my first petal, so that will make sure that the final or the latest petal do not curl any more than the inner ones. I also tried to heat them all together, thinking that maybe they stick together or maybe I can shape them a little bit more, but it didn't work. So the first, whatever take they have taken in their first initial turn is the shape they will hold on to. But I did try to see if it works. It did not. But then after that, what I did was I used the heat glue gun. That's it, ready. I also had another one, a very small one that I made earlier as a trial that I will be that I plan to use in the middle. As you can see, there is a small orange one. So I take the last petal, the third petal, put some hot glue gun on it. Not hot glue gun, hot glue on it. Then place the second petal on top. I tried to put it in a way such that the tip of the petals, so the tip of the petal do not coincide with each other. So there's the tips of the second petal are in the middle of the third one, if that makes sense. And then I applied the third, like the final inner one. You can have another, maybe a smaller petal, which I did initially. If you can see, there is this small orange one that I did hand cut it, so you can hand cut it as well, that works well as well, but it's just a little bit difficult to cut it into a proper shape. That's why I found doing it with a cricut much easier. And here I applied the middle one, and the flower is ready. Now we can use this flower in so many different ways. I tried to put it I had a safety pin ready, so a base of a safety pin, so I used it on that one. That's it, the flower is now ready. And as I mentioned, there are many more uses of this. I've used it to make a brooch. You can make a ear stud from it, you can make earrings from it, and so many other things. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe. I will be coming up with many more videos like this, more art and craft stuff with different and varied interests that I have. Also, I will be putting links to all the items that I have used in here. And until the next video, bye bye.